Hello, and welcome to The Worst Things Ever, a definitive list of all the worst things in the universe. My name's Zack Weiss, number one Tuscan fan, and Netflix's original series, Cowboy Bebop. I'm joined by Christian Herrera.
Hey guys, it's me, Christian Herrera, aka Buster Scruggs, aka number one Tuscan fan.
And Eric Bayer.
Hi, you're watching Evangelion on Netflix. How are you doing today, folks? Are you ready for the show to begin?
I am ready for the show to begin.
Well, he's asking the audience.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
I mean, technically, I'm the only audience in here right now that's hearing this. Maybe I'm breaking the illusion a little bit, but
Wait a second.
maybe.
I thought there was a live audience.
No, you were wrong. Let's get started here.
We going head first?
Let's go head first. I'm gonna start with my topic. Last week we had maybe it was like a week and a half ago at this point, but I don't care. Who's counting? You know what I'm saying?
When this comes out, it might have been 2 months ago.
Listen, shut the fuck up.
Could be. Could be.
Shut the fuck up. We had Thanksgiving not too long ago, so I wanna hear what you guys think is the worst Thanksgiving food. Because we like to do these seasonal topics every once in a while. Every little holiday comes out, we like to do something that relates to that. So
whenever a holiday is released, we like to do a holiday topic.
When they release holidays.
Yeah, when they announce holidays at E3, we like to.
We try to stay on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. So my pick for this is going to be something
I wanted to go first.
Well, I mean, it was my topic, but if you want to go first, you're...
No, Zach, go ahead. You're already in the middle of it. Go ahead.
Well, I wasn't really in the middle of it. I just said my topic, or my pick, and you could
I could tell what you're gonna pick from the tone of your voice.
Really? What am I gonna pick?
I mean, what do you people eat? Salads?
What does that mean, you people? Christian.
Vegetarians?
Oh. Okay,
yeah,
I thought it was like a race thing. No, my pick is going to be something I brought up before on one of these episodes. I forget if I brought it up explicitly about, like, holiday foods or what. But I brought up pretzel jello.
What is that?
Which is... I'm going to get excommunicated from my family for this. But it's strawberry jello... with pretzels and cream cheese.
This can't be real.
It's real. It's a real thing.
Is this like...
I'll link it for you right now.
Do you have this like every year?
I mean, I think recently we've stopped it, but it's something...
Why would you do that? Sounds great.
It's called pretzel jello salad.
What?
And I'll show you a picture of it, but it's kind of foul. And like I can understand... maybe you like the tart and the savory mixed together. Whatever. That's just not for me. It's gross. I don't like the mixture of the jello.
Terrible.
I don't like the mixture of the jello with the cream cheese, and then on top of that, the pretzels as well. Because we already talked about jello with whipped cream being a little too much, but this is like taking it to another level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That sounds insane.
Pretzel jello salad is going to be my pick. I'm going to link this for you guys so you can see it.
Have you ever seen this anywhere outside of your family?
I mean, I'm looking at a recipe right now on the internet, so...
Are you sure this isn't a prank on you that every year they keep just bringing this pretzel jello and watching you eat it?
I mean, I'm going to send you this picture and you guys can see for yourselves.
All right. This is a picture of you holding...
No, you're looking at the other one. You're looking at the wrong one. Don't say to the audience what you're looking at. That's not for them.
With pretzel jello, you look like you're the only one eating it.
Yeah, that's like
that's the right picture. See, like, what do you guys think of that?
There's a bunch of little Tuscans in the background.
That
looks total. Okay, the picture you sent. The picture you sent makes a lot more sense. I thought you were talking about like a big dome of Jello with like chunks of cream cheese and pretzels inside. But what it's looking like is it looks more like a cheesecake.
It does look like a
pretzel,
cheesecake, but it's
with the
not.
pretzel crust and
Wait.
strawberry jam on top.
So that white thick layer is just cream cheese straight up.
It's
the middle
cream cheese with a little something extra, but it's mostly just cream cheese.
See that now that looks appetizing. That second picture is not bad. I kind of like that.
Okay, I'll find a bad picture for you so it doesn't look as appetizing.
Yeah, I agree with Christian, but I can see how this can go wrong.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just not something I'm a big fan of, and I think that most of the stuff at Thanksgiving I'm down for, but I don't know, man. Not my thing.
These pictures are not as unappetizing as you
as I made it out to be.
As you made it out to be. I was picturing something completely different in my head.
You already said pretzel. You already said Jello with whipped cream on top is a sin, but here we have cream cheese and Jello together.
I feel like at this point, that's like whipped cream and Jello is kind of like people think that they're like improving Jello by throwing whipped cream on top, but this is kind of like daring. Like they really broke the status quo here, putting cream cheese on that Jello. You keep sending pictures of this. This is like the 5th picture you've sent of this strawberry cream cheese pretzel.
These all better be available on the YouTube, right? You're gonna put these in the YouTube version so people can see what we're looking at, kind of in order
for
here.
Sure
he will. Now he has to.
So if you're listening to this on SoundCloud or whatever, hop over to the YouTube version. Just hop on over there, and you can see what we're talking about.
Does this make you? Okay, so I found orange Jello. Does this make you feel differently?
I think that looks better.
I'd try that too. Right now, you're looking at a picture of me and Eric sharing a plate of the strawberry pretzel cream cheese.
Yeah.
And now here's a picture of Zach. He doesn't look too happy about it.
No, I don't. But I mean, that's my pick. It's something that you guys aren't familiar with. It sounds like.
Not at all. This is a
It's just not a combination. It's like very salty pretzels with Jello.
Can I also say, how is this a Thanksgiving thing?
This is just something we always have at Thanksgiving. I don't know what to tell you.
I believe that you've had it, but I'm saying like
I only have had it at Thanksgiving. I haven't had it any other time.
You go to the grocery store and you see like pecan pie and pumpkin pie and apple pie.
This is something that's not even a dessert, though. This is something that is like out with the rest of the foods. This is like
it's not a dessert?
No.
This is next to the green bean casserole?
This is next to the sweet potatoes.
That's kind of insane. Now you're bringing me back around.
Because, so here's the gross part. It gets next to the turkey. It gets next to the mashed potatoes. And it kind of just all sits together. It's gross. And it's a messy dish, too.
What I find disappointing is I think you guys should be using it to stuff the turkey. I think that's how you make it really delicious.
Disgusting, Eric.
You should just put it right up the turkey's wazoo and check it out that way.
Eric, that's really gross. I don't appreciate that.
Might be tasty. Maybe just needs a little turkey.
I don't appreciate this. I think we got to move on to one of your picks.
I'm just making a suggestion of how to improve
your experience. You're a little bit of a pervert, you know that?
But you can what?
Classic Eric.
Okay, what do you guys think? I want to hear some of your picks.
Zach or not Zach? Yeah, I want to hear Christian's hot take.
Mine's a hot take, and
But hey, is it a hot food?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? There's not a whole lot except for pretzel Jello that's not a hot food at a turkey dinner.
I feel like I'm disappointing now because like I don't have weird, disgusting foods. Like I feel like every Thanksgiving's just the same. Like you expect the same stuff, you know. Turkey.
There's not a whole lot at Thanksgiving that I was having a little bit of trouble with this one because there's not a whole lot at Thanksgiving that I'm not like down to have every year.
Yeah, most things I am too.
Yeah, it's always the same stuff every year, but I feel like every time I do this, I'm like, doing it for the sake of being edgy, but I am gonna say my hot take, and it's the
Yeah.
truth.
What?
Stuffing.
No.
Stuffing. I'll say it again.
Okay. Well, hey, how about this? Do you have? Is it like a family recipe or from the box? Like, how do you usually?
I'll say that I've had it multiple different preparations from multiple different people, restaurants, different families, different preparations. And it's not that it's the worst food ever. It's just that it's kind of a waste of plate space.
I mean,
What?
it is called stuffing.
Yeah, but it's
What?
supposed to be like
It's so tasty.
Yeah, I love
it's
stuffing. Stuffing is like the thing I'm starting to look forward to. It wasn't something I
really,
liked as a kid, but it's like now the thing I look forward to at Thanksgiving.
really.
Put a little bit of gravy on that shit.
No,
Oh,
okay, no.
fuck
Gravy, I
yeah.
don't do gravy on anything.
What?
I don't mess with
Vegetarian
no.
gravy on some vegetarian stuffing? Hell yeah, brother.
What's not vegetarian about stuffing?
Some people put bacon in it. Some people use
Oh no. Why would you do that?
meat fat.
No, gravy, stay away from all foods. Not a single food deserves gravy. I've already talked about that with poutine. But
What?
yeah, we've been over this.
This is
Poutine-
a wrong hot take, Christian. I tell you that right now.
Well, isn't that the
'cause
point
I
of a hot
like-
take?
I mean, yeah, that's a good.
That's controversial.
someone's gonna agree with me that
No.
stuffing. I'll eat stuffing, and I will eat it every Thanksgiving. But by the end of the day, I'd rather save the space on my plate for extra, mashed potatoes
Well,
or.
one of the great things about Thanksgiving is that you can just eat until you fucking die, like I do.
Yeah, that's.
But
I
wait.
mean, that's kind of where I'm at in life.
So you know what? The little bit of extra stuffing to me is like it's minimal because I'm already gonna stuff my face. I don't have to go for the stuffing if I don't want to, but I'm getting down and dirty with that stuffing.
I just every time it's Thanksgiving, I get like a respectable scoop of stuffing just to say I've had it, but then that's the end of it. I don't go back for more stuffing.
But you only have it like once a year.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't need it. I don't need any more stuffing. I also, if you're having like a Thanksgiving, if you're having like a Thanksgiving sandwich, like a holiday sandwich at like Earl of Sandwich,
Oh
or
yeah,
place like that,
perfect.
they put. Oh, I know you guys. I know you guys have given your reviews, and I like the sandwich.
I haven't
But I
had
think-
it actually. It's not vegetarian, so
Oh, sure. But I think putting stuffing in a sandwich is so defeats the purpose. It's
here
bread.
I've had stuffing
Okay.
this year at California Adventure. They had stuffing mac and cheese.
That's better though because
It
it's
was
not
so
bread on
good.
bread.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking awesome. It was like the best food I had the entire weekend I was there.
Damn,
Delicious.
I didn't even get a bite.
You still got time.
You can still hop on over to California Adventure. And,
All right, I'm on my way right now.
Okay. Well, we'll hear a review in a bit, but while we hear that, Eric,
I just
why
got
don't you-
back. Stuffing's
Okay.
still bad.
Oh
No.
no!
You know what? I don't believe you because if you had that, you would not be feeling that way. I'm pretty sure. But Eric, why don't you go ahead? I want to hear what you think is the worst Thanksgiving Day food.
Yeah, this is one of those topics where I was kind of between two choices. One was a little strange, one not so strange. I think I'm gonna go with the not so strange one, just so people can relate to it. And just
I want to hear
straight up,
both.
what?
I'd like to hear both.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
for both.
Go for the safe one first.
The safe one. The safe one. My pick was gonna be Brussels sprouts.
Mm,
I never.
Eh,
I used to be kind of one of those like super anti-vegetable people. I used to not be able to eat any vegetables, but in the last like few years, I've been finally warming up to a lot of different kinds of vegetables, and most of them I'm like okay with. But Brussels sprouts are the one that every time I eat it, and I've had it prepared a few different ways now, and it's just never. It always I think just tastes like asshole. It's gross.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think you haven't had
Brussels sprouts
Brussels
are-
sprouts prepared the right way then, because Brussels sprouts with that are just like baked with salt and pepper is awesome.
I think I'm on Eric's side. I don't
Ugh.
I'll eat
guys are
Brussels
both.
sprouts, but
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts are one of the few vegetables that, if they're not prepared, like there's such a small amount of ways that they could be prepared well, and
No,
they.
here's the thing. You bake them with some olive oil. They're fine. They're
Wait, I'm writing all this down. Wait,
yeah, bake
bacon
them
with
with some
olive
olive oil and some salt, and you're good. Okay, this is my little Thanksgiving Day recipe, Martha Stewart. Um, I think if you steam Brussels sprouts, they don't turn out well. I think if you boil them, they don't turn out well. But bake them with some olive oil and some salt. That's a good time, brother.
Wait, like you put them in the oven?
Yeah,
Fuck.
you put them on
I've
like
had
a cookie sheet.
I don't think I've never had them that way. I've had steamed. I've had them fried.
They're good fried too.
I wasn't a big fan of fried either.
Everything's better fried.
I would say maybe out of all the ways I've had them, fried was the best, but they were still like not anything I'd really care to eat again.
I don't know. I like Brussels sprouts. I'm a big fan of Brussels sprouts, but
Anyway, that's my pick, but my secondary pick was almost gonna be. It's only happened once, and it made me wonder if it happens anywhere else. But one time, uh, my family, like extended family, put out baked potatoes instead of mashed potatoes.
oh,
Ew.
that's stupid.
And I wondered why, and I was like, did they just get lazy or like run out of time to like actually prepare the mashed potatoes? And they're like, oh, let's just like bake these and then like cut them open for people. And I think that's kind of what happened. But it wasn't.
I like baked potatoes, so
No, not on Thanksgiving though.
Yeah, not on Thanksgiving. And I don't think baked potatoes are the worst. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but like when I'm having my Thanksgiving dinner, it's like a gauntlet of food I'm just trying to get to.
Yeah.
And baked potatoes are like a project to eat, and I just feel like it's such like a big stopgap in like just kind of getting dinner through. So I don't know. It just felt like a big hurdle in the way of like everything else I wanted to eat. So I don't know. Baked potatoes. I mean, they're fine. They're good on their own. That's another reason why I'm not picking them is because I prefer to eat a baked potato more than a Brussels sprout. But I feel like it just doesn't fit the flow of like Thanksgiving dinner, guys. If you're gonna serve potatoes mashed on, or if you're gonna serve potatoes on Thanksgiving, always mash them. Don't serve them baked because that killed the flow of the dinner for me. Just gonna point it out for anyone who's never done it before. Don't do it.
okay. So your pick is Brussels sprouts, though.
It is, yeah, definitely.
What do we think? Brussels sprouts, pretzel Jello, or stuffing, which is not gonna win.
I say stuffing.
Oh yeah. No, actually, for real, last few years we've been going to my aunt's house for Thanksgiving, and I've always been like okay with stuffing. It's always been good, not my favorite, but she's got her own recipe, and whatever the hell she does, it's like the most delicious thing. Like, there's stuffing is the number one thing I've looked forward to for the past like couple of years. Every
Oh,
time I've
yeah.
had Thanksgiving dinner,
Hell yeah.
like she makes it so good, and the texture of it is not too dry, not too clumpy, not too wet. It's like perfect. It chews up so easy. It goes down your throat right easy. Oh my god, it is. It's like dream stuffing. I've been so yeah. I cannot pick stuffings because this stuffing's been
Because
winning me
stuffing
over
can
lately.
get done real well. I feel like.
It can, and that's why I was asking Christian earlier because I've had some. The only time I've been like kind of whatever about it, or maybe even disliked it, was when we've had like box stuffing and come out really dry. I think sometimes if you don't do it the right way, and when you have really dry stuffing, it's awful because it's like you're just kind of chewing up like breadcrumbs that aren't not what's the word? I guess digesting the right way. But
You gotta make sure you soak your stuffing the night before
So
yeah,
in water.
here's what I think. I think it's definitely between Brussels sprouts and pretzel Jello. And my last argument for Brussels sprouts is that I don't think I've ever had them on Thanksgiving.
Whoa, those are bold words.
I mean, do
They're
you
not
guys
out-
have them a lot?
they're
Every
not
year?
out every year, but I would say that they've been out enough years to where like they're usually like always. I would say about 1/3 of my Thanksgivings I've ever had in my life I've had Brussels sprouts on the table.
What about you, Christian? Do you see them every year? Are they a
Uh,
constantly recurring thing?
No, but then again, it's always some vegetable that
Yeah.
isn't like the normal. It's like there's green bean casserole, corn, and then like something else usually.
Well, what do you guys think of green bean casserole? Are you
Yeah, I
guys
thought
I'm
into
a
that was-
fan. No,
Uh,
I love it.
I
you
love it
kidding me?
too.
It's similar to stuffing where it's like I love it in most instances where I always think it's really good, but I've definitely had a few bad green bean casseroles and I'm like,
Oh
why
yeah, sure.
yeah. But yeah, no, I've had enough good casseroles to where I don't write it off as a whole. Definitely, it's good.
I think I'm gonna go with Brussels sprouts because I feel like
Yeah.
I think a solid 50% of the times I've eaten Brussels sprouts, I did not enjoy them.
Flip of the
Okay.
coin, yeah. You don't know what's
It's-
gonna
I
happen.
mean, I think you guys
Flip of the coin.
are wrong.
And with the
But-
with this pretzel jello or whatever, I don't know. I like pretzels. I like cream cheese. I like jello. I've had jello a few different kinds of ways, not that way. I'd be willing to try it, and I would even say probably like it. I don't know. It doesn't sound too.
Yeah, I would.
like an-
I would try that.
Yeah,
I
it
think
doesn't
you
sound
guys
like
are
an offensive
wrong,
combo to
but
me.
I'm willing to
And hey,
fold.
Yeah, and you say everyone in your family loves it. Like you said, you were going to get exonerated by your family by saying this. So clearly, there's a whole clan of folks out there who just love this as well. So that also convinces me that maybe I belong with your family.
I
on
wouldn't get
this one.
exonerated, Eric, because that means I wouldn't be blamed.
Explain the
So-
definition, please.
Well, someone's got to blame you.
The exonerate is gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna look up the exact definition. It's to release someone from a duty or obligation.
Yeah, you're
Well,
getting
you're not.
released
Yeah,
from being a member of the family.
you're being
okay.
let go.
Yeah,
Absolve someone from blame for a fault or wrongdoing.
no, the first definition is what I was referring to.
No, I mean that's the second one if you look at Google. But okay, great. So I guess it's gonna be
Brussels
Brussels
sprouts.
sprouts.
The green
Brussels
ones.
sprouts it is. Lock it in. Green Brussels
Yeah.
sprouts. Okay, great.
All right. Speaking of green, next topic: worst Grinch film.
No, okay. I mean, it's between the two. I don't think we can pick. We can pick.
Two.
I don't think we can pick the original. The you know
The 20-minute long.
Yeah,
the short. I
version?
mean, that's the best one.
Uh,
It's
what
really
about
between the
Grinch-
Jim Carrey one and the new Illumination Pictures one.
What about the Grinch meets the Cat in the Hat?
I don't even know that one. So
that's
Oh,
not
that's another
Christmas.
one.
They actually just put out a Blu-ray that has like all three of them. It's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Grinch Night, and the Grinch versus the Cat in the Hat or whatever it is.
Yeah.
okay, so for topic 2, it's gonna be Jim Carrey's The
No.
Grinch. Lock it in. Great. So what do we think for topic number 3 here?
Go ahead, Eric.
Eric, yeah,
Hit 'em.
why don't you?
Hit him
Hit
with
us
that
with some.
topic.
Oh yeah, I've folks, hold on to your pants seat right here. My topic for this week is gonna be the worst chat client or app.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Would believe it, folks.
Whoa! Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh right, yeah. So for my pick, yeah, I was reading this list because I've tried out a bunch of them, and they're always weird and goofy. But I would say if I had to pick one, and this is going to be controversial because I know it's a popular one, but I would say
iMessage.
no. Actually, I was almost going to pick FaceTime because
What's wrong with you?
I fucking hate when I'm FaceTiming someone and I want to send them like a link or a video or something, and you can't fucking do it
That's
that
what
easy. It's
iMessage is for. It's two different things.
then you got to back out of the FaceTime and do
Why
that.
would
It's a
Apple
whole
put
Eh.
Apple put two different chat things on their phone?
You should be able to like put it in a little side window or something. You shouldn't have to close out of the whole video to send a dang
Okay.
old link. Nah. But that's
Go
not my
ahead.
worst ever. My worst ever, I'm picking IRC, the IRC chat client. I
What?
think IRC is real bad. Every time someone's invited me to join an IRC server or talking to
Explain
IRC
what IRC is, please.
to you, do you not know?
No.
It's a server-based chat client, kind of like Discord, except it's really fucking messy, and it's impossible to join. Every time someone's told me to join a server, I can never find them. There's channels everywhere, and there's like it's just basically plain text. Nothing's differentiated from anything. It's impossible to navigate. Fuck IRC.
And a lot of your friends use this.
Yeah, well, maybe not so much these days, but back like 2000s or maybe early 2000s, 10s, yeah, I was like told to like, hey, join an RF. Like it was basically like the earlier version of Discord where it was set up in a server base, but like it was just not streamlined the way Discord is at all. And I mean people still use IRC obviously out
Oh,
there
I'm sure.
today, but like
And that's the
it
trap. You gotta
and
use whatever
it's
your friends are on.
and it's meant for communities and stuff like that. Like everyone could join up this IRC, and basically, if you want to get anything out of IRC, you need to know all the commands. Like it's not kind of like for example, if I wanted to send like an emoji or a file, there it's not just a simple click the little paperclip icon and send it. You need to know like all the specific commands, and it's like I'm not gonna learn a fucking list of commands just for a fucking chat client when you can put buttons there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've definitely been on a couple chat things where they make you type in the command for like emojis and stuff, and that's
Yeah.
such a pain. Like, especially now this day and age, you can't expect that.
Yeah, now it's easy just because emojis are so universal now. I think.
We've put up with it for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like with IRC chats, and I feel like it's similar to a lot of early internet things where it doesn't work, but there's a certain nostalgia behind it. Like forums and You're the Man Now Dog. I think it's all stuff it's I don't know. I think it's nostalgic in a way, and I think that it's the early days of the internet where things couldn't work quite properly, so they had to find weird workarounds. So I don't mind IRC that much.
Yeah, it had its time and its place, and I think I minded these things less back then. But like, not this year, but last year, I had someone ask me to like, oh, hey, I'm in this IRC chat. You want to join up here? We could talk that way, and I said sure. And it was just like a reminder of like, oh my god, this is so like bare bones, like horrible.
I mean, it
like,
would be like if somebody invited you to AOL Instant Messenger now.
True. I used that for a long time though. That was like one of my main chat clients for a long time, up until like about 2012. And the only reason I even stopped using it was because it ran like shit on my computer. And what else? Oh, a lot of people just stopped using it in general. But like otherwise, like as a chat client and the way it functioned, like I thought it was perfect. It was smooth, like it was easy to do stuff. But yeah, it was just lack of activity and like it just being so slow and stuttery otherwise that I just stopped using AIM. But otherwise, I really liked AIM. I used it for a long ass time.
Right.
Rest in peace, AIM.
I mean, I don't want to go too long on this topic, honestly. But
why not? We could do a whole episode about it.
Well, you guys, that's kind of just my piece on IRC.
My pick is gonna be Skype.
What? How do you pick Skype?
Here's the reason. Because
we use
is it because this is
Skype?
This is the first episode we don't use Skype, and here he is bashing on it.
We've recorded like 20 podcast episodes over Skype.
Listen
I think
to
every
me,
podcast
Eric.
I've been on before
Eric.
this recorded Skype pod.
Eric,
No, I'm sorry.
Listen, it's fine for recording because sometimes Discord doesn't sound quite great or whatever, but I feel like it doesn't work because it's like whenever I would use it, it always had problems. Always. Consistently. It always breaks. I used to work for a company that used Skype for like conference calls because they didn't have any other alternative and they couldn't think of one. But like 90% of the time, someone couldn't connect. Somebody disconnected randomly, even though they had perfect internet connection. It got to the point where it was just like easier to use a phone call.
Did you try updating it?
Well, here's the thing with Skype. They update every fucking day.
Yeah, that's true. Skype updates.
It's so annoying. And I think that's just a problem with Microsoft products in general because, like, every day I'm also getting a notification to update my fucking PC, even though I feel like I just updated it.
Right.
Or the Xbox One, I'm updating that every time I turn it on, which
Well,
is
you turn it on once every other year, so that's
that's a good point. But I don't know. It's just it doesn't work quite the way I think it should. For how popular it is. And like I feel like with Discord now, there's so much more intuitive stuff with Discord that I'm not having as much problems with Discord as I had with Skype back in the day. And then plus recently there's been so much ad stuff with Skype.
a lot of it.
They run so many ads. It used to be like a service that didn't have any ads. It used to in the glory days of Skype. It worked really great, which is crazy because it started in 1998 or whatever. But now, like, it's ads everywhere. It's so Microsoft now that I'm not a big fan of it. And then also, fucking emojis. Have you guys used those emojis?
The Skype emoticons and whatever, those are like the best. I love those.
Yeah, they have some
fuck
fun ones.
those. They have
what?
They have the Muppets, which is the only good thing about it. But then they have fucking farting cows and a lady screaming from Doctor Who. Get rid of it. Why do we have that?
You can do like one of a guy mooning everybody.
I'm not talking about the animated emoticons. I'm talking about the emojis, which are the
the emojis, like the movie clips and stuff.
Yeah, the movie clips.
Well, that was kind of just like I don't know, that was like
a big feature.
I guess when it first started, it didn't seem that big, but I guess they've grown it over time.
I mean, they haven't though. That's the thing.
But the emoji ones were great. I used those too. I remember I used to use the one of the pig from the Angry Birds movie mooning everybody instead of the emoticon.
No, that sucks. It sucks. It sucks, Eric. I don't like it.
Why don't wait? What? Hold on. Can you explain why you don't like emojis again? It's just movie clips. Who doesn't like movies?
It's just useless.
Who doesn't
Get
like
rid
movies?
of it.
Who doesn't like movies?
Who doesn't like movie clips? You could do like Jim Carrey from Liar Liar saying "Objection, Your Honor" or something like that.
Yeah,
that's fun.
I mean, you're wrong, but
what? How am I wrong?
But Christian, what's your pick?
All right, wait, hold on. When you
we're moving on, Eric. What's Christian's pick?
No, this is a request. When you make the polls for, pick the worst this or that on straw poll or whatever, can you do one just that says like are emojis, are emojis good? Yes or no? And like I want to see what the people have to say about the emojis.
Are emojis good? Yes or no? Okay, great. I will do that. Christian,
Awesome.
What's your pick for worst chat client?
I don't think I should say.
Do you not have a pick?
No, I do have a pick, but I'll start by saying that I don't use a lot of different chat options. Like I never spent a lot of time chatting on the computer. It's been a lot of phone stuff.
You're missing out.
Am I?
Not really.
Chatting on the computer is pretty fun.
I mean,
That's one of the many things you can do on the internet.
One of the 9 things you could do? What'd you say?
Many things.
Many things.
Oh, I thought you said that's one of the 9 things you could do on the internet. I wanted to know what.
Shopping, browsing.
That's kind of the same thing.
Streaming.
Okay. Creaming.
Interacting. What else, Eric? Information. That's something you can do.
Touching.
How many is that? You can't touch the internet.
Google.
Unless you're Wreck-It Ralph. Am I right? Wreck-It Ralph 2 in theaters. Now you can go see it. Christian, what's your pick?
That's what this whole segment's about. It's an advertisement for Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah.
I go on a crazy websites.
Well,
like
what's
Google?
great about this show is there's actually DLC for this movie, Ralph Breaks the Internet, because it is a video game. He is a video game character, so of course he'd have DLC. But once this podcast goes live, we have a deal with Disney that Ralph is actually going to break whichever chat client we choose. In the movie.
Oh my god.
Well, we haven't.
So I hope you're ready for that, folks. You have to go see the movie again to see that extra scene, if you've already seen it. But anyways, Christian, what's your pick?
Well, my pick is one of Ralph's. Uh,
Oh, Ralph inspired.
well, it's a Ralph-inspired pick. It's one of the ones that Ralph notices on his trip through the internet.
Okay, sure.
Is it chat rooms?
No,
Does Ralph go into like some weird chat rooms or something in the movie?
No.
no. My choice is Snapchat.
that's acceptable. Fine, I'll take it.
Okay, and I'll explain. I spend a lot of time on Snapchat, and it's not. Listen,
Hey, with all the TikTok stuff, I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
I love TikTok. Oh, don't even. We could talk about TikTok all
What's
day. That
better,
should have been my-
TikTok or Snapchat for you?
Oh,
Christian?
TikTok. TikTok is just
Really?
nonstop original content. It's great. It's great. I just can't.
Okay.
I can't stress that enough.
Okay.
TikTok's a beautiful place.
All right.
Maybe people our age shouldn't be on there. But
Okay. Who should be on there?
What's the age demographic for TikTok?
15-year-old girls.
Just 15. Yeah, if you guys once you graduate high school, you have to delete TikTok off your phone.
Well, anyway, but I snuck in through the cracks.
He snuck in.
We've spent like 30 minutes now on chat client, Christian. So just please, let's
Because it's
just.
the best topic.
Okay, I changed my mind. My choice is TikTok. All right, now I can talk more about TikTok. Anyway.
Why don't you like Snapchat?
Yeah, tell us.
I spent a lot of time on Snapchat, and like I said earlier to Eric, you end up on whatever chat thing your friends are on.
Yep.
And so I get a lot of Snapchats. I'd rather text people, but
Yeah.
every now and then someone will try to start a conversation through Snapchat.
Mhm.
Okay,
in the
Christian,
chat
if I
box.
knew you were going to pick this as like a vaguely like insult thing to me, because I'm always asking you to Snapchat with me. If I knew you were going to do that,
What?
Listen,
wouldn't
I
have-
know you're.
I wouldn't
know
have
how
even
important it
let
is.
Eric pick this topic.
I know how important streaks are to you,
Yeah,
and I know. But just listen.
we're at 1,500 streaks.
I
And
know.
if you fuck this up for me,
I'm sorry, and
you're gonna
you-
insult me on my own podcast, Christian.
I'm sorry, but it has to be said about Snapchat.
Okay.
You're constantly sending me selfies, with whatever filters being advertised. I don't need to.
Constantly.
Well, usually what I do is I just take a picture of like the top of my forehead, and that's just what I send to all of my
Oh, wait.
friends.
So that's why Christian has all those pictures of you and the pretzel jello together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, TikTok.
What's wrong with Snapchat?
Okay, all right. So Snapchat. A lot of people try to start conversations on Snapchat
Yeah.
through the chat part of it, which
Uh-huh.
I don't know what's worse, because there's
Yeah, it's not good.
Snapchat is kind of just like, hey, check this out kind of thing. But when
Yeah.
if people try to start conversations either through pictures or the text, it's
Mhm.
everything is so
Yeah.
everything moves so quickly that
Mhm.
like you can lose track of the conversation. Like if someone's texting you through the chat of Snapchat
Yep.
and you look at it and then you look away from it, it's gone.
Yep.
The conversation is, and then, or if you send someone something and then an hour later they message you back and your original post is gone,
You
then
forget the
don't-
context.
you don't know what they're talking about, and you have to ask them what you said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I would say that Snapchat is weird because it's about stuff getting deleted. Like that's the entire point of Snapchat. right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like-
I also consider Snapchat because I also hate that. I used it for only a couple of months and it just annoyed me and I deleted it. Especially because like Christian said, people were starting chats with me through the pictures where it was like just pictures of random shit and like, yo, what's up? How's it going? And it's like, I'm not gonna have a conversation this way. Just message me, please.
Yeah, it's fine to like send people pictures to like keep people posted on what you're
Sure.
up to, but
Yeah.
like when you try to like actually have a conversation with someone,
Well, I mean, what's the
switch over to
alternative
something
though?
else.
Is it to not
Text
include
messages?
a chat thing at all?
no, the
because-
chat thing should only be there to comment. on the pictures. Like you
Right.
you
But
bring
that's
up a
kind
chat
of what
bubble.
it's there for, isn't it? Like,
No, because people just be like, because you
Yeah,
don't
people-
need a you
Mhm.
don't need a picture to start a chat. You could just click on someone's
Yeah.
name and be like, "Hey, what are you up to?"
Yeah, you can
well,
just send a
here's
message.
what I think is I think that it's not a problem with the client. It's a problem with the users of that
I think
client.
I think that there should be like maybe like a timer or something to the chats, because the second you look at it and look away, it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I
think
would
that-
prefer, I think, if it was like Instagram and it was just like, you
Yeah.
know, it's maybe the photo gets deleted, but the chat remains. I think that would be great.
Right, and a lot of people use Instagram chat to communicate, which is cool too. But
I mean, Instagram now
Yes,
has replaced
it's
Snapchat
good.
pretty much. I feel like. for
I
me
wish.
anyways.
no,
Yeah, for me, but
I mean, because it's very similar functionality wise. Like you can do the exact same thing with the photos where they disappear after a little bit.
right. But the Snapchat camera's better though.
Well,
It's just the
can't
truth.
argue with that.
You
All
just
right,
have to hear it.
let's pick one of these because I think if I talk any more about chat services, I will literally fucking die.
You'll break the internet.
I'm gonna wreck it.
I could not remember what Eric's choice was, and I don't want to hear.
IRC chat.
I don't want to hear him say it again, so I'm picking Snapchat.
You can't pick your own, Christian.
All right, I'll just say off the cuff, Christian's pick is the one I feel most strongly about, but I'm also willing to go with Zach's as well because I think Zach made a case pretty good near the end of his, especially when it came to. Because I feel like if you were to look at Skype now versus Skype 10 years ago, it's like two different programs almost.
It didn't improve. It did the opposite. It like got way worse. I feel like.
Yeah, so I feel like, with modern Skype, I could agree that there's a lot wrong with it, and that's kind of the way I lean. But ultimately, I'm feeling strongest towards Christian Snapchat pick because I
mean, I
definitely.
can go Snapchat. I just feel like it's varying degrees of how things are used because the Snapchat chat is such a small feature of Snapchat. It's just a portion of what you can do on Snapchat. Like Snapchat is mostly about the photos, I think. But with Skype, like the entire program is not great.
Well, I
So-
think when it comes to apps, developers kind of have to develop around the way people are using the apps, and people eventually started using Snapchat in a way where they're having text conversations over it. So even though that the conversations disappear or whatever, I think there should at least be an option or be a setting where it's like, hey, I don't want my messages to disappear or anything from the chat. Like keep my messages on here or whatever. Like I
Right.
think they should have eventually adapted to the way people were starting to use Snapchat more, like which was, sometimes I think pictures should always disappear, whatever there. I think that's fine, but when it came to actual people wanting to have conversations on that app, yeah, I think. I
But
think
the difference is that with Snapchat, you can use that functionality with different things. Like you can talk to people in different ways than Snapchat if you're gonna have those kind of conversations. Like you can go on Instagram, you can message them on iMessage, you can text message them. But for the longest time, Skype was the only way you could communicate in that manner, really. Like in those groups, and then also switch it to voice. But I am willing to go Snapchat since I don't use Snapchat enough to have an opinion on it, basically.
And why are premium Snapchats so expensive?
yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see some titties. Okay, great. So I guess we're locking in Snapchat then, right?
That's a good note to end on.
Yeah, we can. You know what? Especially nowadays, I mean, the IRS is just all over Snapchat anyway. I think it's a little dangerous to be on that app anyway, as it is. So get it out of here.
Yeah, I pray for my premium Snapchat girls that
You
they
just
don't
want to see
get
some
on there.
tatas.
Oh wait, what's your handle? Because I got to report it to the IRS.
No,
Oh,
I don't have
shit.
one, but I follow about 100 of them.
They're all
Hold on.
going to the
How
IRS.
much money? How much money?
I spend all my money on this.
My entire paycheck goes to premium steps. That's so
The IRS
funny.
is gonna get them all. Okay, great. Lock in Snapchat. There
Yeah,
we go.
snap it in.
Great.
Snap it in. Click.
Everybody snap really quick.
All right, Ralph, do your thing.
Okay, Ralph. Take it away, Ralph. Okay,
Hey.
great.
Hey, I'm Ralph from Ralph Breaks the Internet. And what's this? A Snapchat? Well, I'm gonna wreck it.
Snap.
Oh,
Wow,
God.
he wrecked.
Oh,
Wow,
no.
God,
Wow,
he
what a
wrecked it.
mess. Oh, all
Wow.
the premium snaps are leaking out of the
What
side.
a nightmare.
Oh shit! Call the IRS.
Okay, great. So, now that we got that out of the way,
Great
Christian.
little bit of sponsored content.
Christian, what's your topic, bud?
Well, I wanted to pick chat client, but Eric got ahead of me.
I'm sorry. It was just on the edge of everyone's mind when I said it first. Sorry, guys.
All right, boys. My All right, my topic is worst Netflix original,
Mmm.
and we're doing just TV shows, right?
I mean, I think you could open up the floodgates, but I picked a TV show.
Okay, let's say TV shows.
I mean, I think if somebody
yours a
wanted to
TV
bring up
show?
a movie thing, I think it would be fine. Because
No, that's fine. I didn't have a movie pick, but I would have gone over some Netflix movies just to see if I saw any or whatever. But
We'll do movies another time.
I
sure.
don't-
Let's say TV
okay.
shows. Now we'll do it next episode.
Okay, great.
All right. So worst Netflix original TV show. There's a lot of them. Go ahead, Zach.
Okay, my pick is gonna be Mystery Science Theater 3000: The
Are you
Return.
serious?
Oh.
Yes.
Christian regrets giving you. Go ahead.
I haven't seen it. I thought I've heard it was good.
I don't think it was good.
Yeah, I never heard. Yeah, I heard a lot of I heard there were good parts, but in general, it seemed like people were really disappointed.
It just is not as good as the original. There's a lot writing on this, and I feel like it just ultimately disappointed if you were a fan of the original. I know some people liked it, but for me, it was. I don't watch a whole lot of Netflix original programming, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, I occasionally catch stuff if people are really raving about it. Like, I watched the first few episodes of Sabrina and was not about it, but occasionally they do something cool. Like, I really liked Haunting of Hill House. I thought that was great. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it was just a series plagued with production issues. Like, what's her name? Felicia Day? Is that her name?
Yeah.
The chick from
Yeah.
The Guild.
Do You Want to Date My Avatar? The Guild.
Do you wanna date my avatar? She's
Yeah.
a star.
She was in it, but she was pregnant. So
Was she?
she's like, yeah, she was a villain in it, and she was pregnant in it during the entire filming. So they had to shoot her on green screen for all of it.
Well, I got a green screen. The fetus.
But she was supposed to be there. And the same thing happened with Patton Oswalt. And I think it's because his wife died, but he was also on green screen the entire thing, and they're the two main villains of the entire fucking show. Like, they're giant roles, and they're just on the shitty green screen the entire thing.
Yeah, they represent death and rebirth.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, it was just not as good, and then like the original guy wasn't in it, and I didn't watch much of it past episode 3, and I heard it gets a little bit better after that, but it's just wasn't funny. It didn't capture the series for me.
Yeah.
And it was just not great.
I've heard a lot of criticisms about the show, and it's usually all about like the characters and the skits or whatever, but like how is like the actual like movie comedy or commentary?
The commentary is still solid. It's not as good, but it's still solid. So if you're interested in that only, I think it'll probably be fine, but I don't know. It's just I just don't feel like it made itself worth it. You know what I'm saying? So the commentary is probably the highlight of it. But even then, it's not even that great. I feel like you'd be better off just rewatching old episodes of Mystery Science Theater.
It's a solid pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I have to. Would you recommend even watching it?
No,
Okay.
I mean if you really like the original and just kind of want to see what they did with it, I mean maybe you just watch the first one and see if it's your thing. It wasn't my thing, and it was a disappointment because I felt like it's called The Return and it's not even the same guy. It's like none of the same actors or anything.
Oh man. Well.
So
Really
like when you
hit it
hear
out
The
of the park.
Return, you think like Twin Peaks, where it's like, oh, here's gonna be the follow up or something like that. But it's really not. It's like the follow up to the franchise, I guess, is the return of the franchise, but it's not returning anything really, except for whatever. I mean, I people like it, so maybe it's not my place to say that. I just think it's such a disappointment considering where Mystery Science Theater was and where it is now. So
Yeah. All right. Eric.
why don't you go, Christian?
Yeah, this is
It's
Christian's
your
topic. Well,
I
the
want to
rule
go.
for this topic is that the person who picks the topic goes first, isn't it?
I want to go last because I have a few takes and I don't want to take
All right.
Eric's away.
All right, we'll save Christian's grand pick for last. But mine, yeah, this is a hard one just because not just with movies, but TV especially. I very rarely waste time on anything that doesn't even look like I might have a chance of
being
liking
into it.
Like, yeah, just because shows are big time commitments. But I found one that I forgot about, and I only watched 1 or 2 episodes just because people were talking about it so much, and I was just curious to kind of see like, okay, like what is this thing? It almost became like an entity at a point where I couldn't tell if people were like into it seriously or into it ironically, and that pick is going to be one of Netflix's original anime series called Neo Yokio.
Oh, Neo Yokio. I watched that.
Yeah, what I mean, I didn't. Thought it was horrible, and
No,
it
it's
just seemed
terrible.
like it seemed like people were just very into it ironically.
Did you see they're bringing it back for a holiday special?
Yeah,
They
they're
just
doing a
announced
holiday special this month. That's what reminds me of it because I was googling Netflix stuff and I saw the trailer for the holiday special, and I was like, all right, I guess this. I can't like. I don't know. Is the show supposed to be a parody or not? Because I feel like it's not, but they're also like kind of aware that like that this isn't going to be like an anime at some points. I don't know. To me, it felt like a show that should be on Adult Swim, but almost it's almost takes itself a little bit too seriously like Adult Swim because the animation and look of it is kind of like that chintzy, like sort of half-assed Flash animation, almost kind of like a C-Lab 2021 did. Except that was a show where it was like very intentionally comedic and it had funny stuff, good characters, and I feel like everything in the show is just so dry and bland that like I couldn't even like get into it as like an ironic comedic thing.
So I've never seen this. It's definitely not something that I think I would check out ever.
Right.
But, starring Jaden Smith, huh? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it was created by the lead singer of the band Vampire Weekend, I believe. So,
Oh, is that true?
Yeah,
Weird.
and that's.
But I'm looking at the
part
trailer, and the animation's not as bad as you were saying. Like it's not great, obviously, but there's this little shitty fucking anime series on Netflix that stars Jaden Smith. It's not much worse than I was expecting. It's probably better than I was expecting, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's a Netflix show, though. It kind of should be like better,
right? Like, I mean, like look at Castlevania. The show looks gorgeous, but like
I'm seeing some of the animation like fight scenes here, and they're not that bad. They're fine.
And that's kind of it too. Is like what you're saying is like it borders such a line between like, are they really trying here? Meant to be a parody thing that I couldn't even tell. But either way, I just didn't think the show worked as either of those things. And I just ultimately left it with a very bland experience of like, that just felt like a very awkwardly produced show by a bunch of people that don't really know how to make anime or what anime is supposed to like, or what the show should feel like or feel like or be like as an anime series. Yeah. I think that's part of why it feels like a parody is just, I don't know. So I had that feeling that maybe just the vision behind it was not very, what's the word I'm looking for, inspired as maybe other shows that I watch usually are. But yeah, that's my pick. I thought it was a very shoddy show that didn't feel like it was meant to be shoddy, and I was like, and I think it got like more talk than it should because people were just the big Toblerone joke was like the big thing,
Yeah, that
and
was
I
a
saw that
running
clip
gag.
and that was funny, and like I watched that clip on its own, and I thought this definitely feels like like a clip from like an Adult Swim show or something. That's funny, but then when you put it into the context of this like whole big actually full length anime series, it was very just strange in terms of like so is this supposed to be a gag, because this doesn't feel like a gag show. But if the whole thing's supposed to be a gag, then I get it. But I don't know. It was just confused the hell out of me.
I'm gonna have to look at this Toblerone bit that you guys are talking about later. But
It's like a running gag.
Yeah,
he just
that's like the
likes Toblerone. It's like half of a joke.
yeah. It's the same thing as like a running gag in a kids movie that doesn't make sense.
Like a screaming goat.
Yeah, like a screaming goat.
Which 3 movies I've seen this year have had 3 screaming goats.
Oh, really?
The Grinch,
Yes,
Wreck-It Ralph.
The Grinch, Wreck-It Ralph, and Smallfoot.
Oh my god. What is it with kids movies this year and Screaming Goats?
Are
There's
those
a lot of screaming goats?
Are those
bits.
3 all different studios too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Disney, Illumination, and
It's not DreamWorks. It's not
it's
DreamWorks. It's
Smallfoot.
Is it Blue Sky?
Sony.
Oh, that would make
I
sense.
don't know. I regret watching that movie.
Why would you go see Smallfoot? Is it because of the meme?
What meme?
Did
Oh,
you see it
Zendaya
because
is
of
Michi.
Zendaya's Michi?
Like,
You did.
Kinda.
Oh my, what? Wait, what is this? I don't understand.
You saw
I
it
went
because of
with
the
some
Zendaya's
friends.
Michi video.
I went with some friends. And
Who's
I
Zendaya's
definitely-
Michi?
Zendaya, the actor.
She
Just so you
plays
know,
Michi
she plays-
in the
she
movie,
plays
and
the
there's a
character Michi.
Twitter video of this guy
oh.
singing "Zendaya is Michi."
And LeBron James is Gwandy.
Yeah, there you go. What's your pick for worst Netflix original, Christian?
I was with my friends, and Zendaya's character Michi came on screen, and I leaned over and said, "It's Michi," and they didn't like it.
Try that one out. Try that one out on your TikTok audience. They might like it better.
Yeah, I haven't made a TikTok in a while. If maybe I won't make any more TikToks.
Make one for that song, the meme song or whatever.
Oh, Zendaya's Michi. Okay, I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a Zendaya's Michi TikTok.
All right, boys. I've seen a lot of Netflix shows.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
I've seen a lot of Netflix shows, and that's why I wanted to get you guys out of the way, because I wanted to name a few off the top.
Yeah, the pro here.
Because I don't want any of them to go unrecognized. There's just a few that I feel like need a slap on the wrist, and
Fuller
then one
House.
that I just think
Is that one of them?
there's just one that I think is
spoil.
the worst out of all of them. But let me give honorable mentions.
Okay.
Fuller House.
Okay.
Bad show. Really, really bad to watch. It's just like Full House, which is also a bad show.
All right.
13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
that one too.
Also a bad show. If I was in a different place in my head, I would probably kill myself after watching that.
Oh my god.
Unbreakable.
How many
Kimmy
reasons
Schmidt.
why would it give you?
I only need one. I'm already close.
For watching that show.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh, you don't
sorry.
like that one?
Just life. Huh?
I think it's kind of cute. The first season, anyways.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt is bad.
All right.
It has a great cast and a great staff behind it, and it's just not funny. And I got literally 3 minutes into season 2, and I was like, "Why am I doing this?" And I turned it off.
You watched all of season 1, though.
You survived
Yeah.
season 1.
No, I'm not gonna. I would never say a show was bad that I haven't watched. And I watched all of season 1 of Kimmy Schmidt, pretended that it was watchable because I liked everyone involved.
Uh-huh.
And then season 2 started, and I was like, "This is terrible. I'm not gonna watch another minute of it."
Put your foot down.
Those are all the honorable mentions I
The
wanted to say.
honorable mentions. All right. Thank you for the shows. Didn't work out as you thought, but thank you for the shows.
Okay.
Give him a round of applause, honestly.
The worst Netflix original series, Orange is the New Black.
Really?
Have you guys seen that show?
Yeah, I have.
I can't say I saw the last season, or maybe not even the one, but I watched like 3 seasons of this show, and I hate it so much. All the characters,
no.
all the characters are bad. The main character, what's her name?
Kimmy Schmidt.
Kimmy Schmidt is awful. I don't care about her and her love triangle with American Pie and that 70s show.
Oh my god.
It's bad. It's terrible. I don't get how people keep coming back to the show. I think there's some good characters on that show, but that's also like there's like 100 characters on that show, so it's like they threw whatever they wanted at the wall, and some of them stuck.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely not my thing, because I had friends, I had ex-girlfriends who really wanted me to watch it, and I didn't like it, and I didn't continue. Like I think I got like halfway through season 1, but I don't know.
Not even a full season.
Yeah, it just wasn't my thing. I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily like. I don't necessarily think it was like a bad show.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't.
I think you'd be stronger picking like one of the other honorable mentions, to be honest.
I stick by my guns.
All right.
If you want to pick one of the honorable mentions, you go ahead. But
well, I'm not going to.
I feel strongly. I know. Well, I didn't really argue for any of them. I just wanted to make sure that they had their slap on the wrist.
Yeah. Shame on you.
But yeah, that show's just bad. I can't believe they've made like 5 seasons of that show.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I feel like it's popular for a reason. Maybe that reason's not something I think is right or whatever. But
yeah,
maybe everyone's wrong, but me.
That's a show that a couple people have tried to like turn me on to, and I've never actually sat down and watched it yet, but I just from everything I see and hear, it just doesn't look like anything I'd be into, and I just can't figure out why, because it's like I don't understand if is it like more comedy or drama or like...
No, it's somewhere in the middle.
It's not. It doesn't decide one way or another, really.
It's got its comedy, it's got its drama. You know, it's a prison show.
And is the drama good?
No, it's got real drama. It's got real, you know.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's got every character. All 153 characters on the show have their own backstories, and you see some glimpses in there. You see some of their past. It's kind of like Lost. It's
it's like Lost.
It's like Lost for women.
Lost.
It's like it's Netflix's Lost.
Yeah, it's like Lost for women. You know, they really.
For that.
When I saw Lost, I thought, "What is going on here? What is this all for men?"
Yeah. You said this is a great
why is this
man
a sausage
show.
fest? Why is this a man's show?
Yeah. When I turned that on, I said, "Oh, finally, the show for me as a man. Lost is total man show."
When I saw Jack Shepherd take his shirt off like 8 times, I was like, "Yeah."
So look at this.
This is what being a man is all about. When Sawyer was getting naked in the pools with Kate, I was like, "Yeah, this is what being a man's all about."
My favorite.
I'm not gonna watch a women's show like Orange is the New Black. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
Anyways, what do you guys think? I don't feel like I have a strong enough opinion about Orange is the New Black. I thought it was fine, just not my thing.
I think you need to watch all 5 seasons and then report back next episode.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna do that.
Hold on, I have a yes or no question about Orange is the New Black. The characters die in that show?
Yes.
Okay.
Main characters.
Important characters? Oh wow, there's stakes there. Okay.
I mean, by stakes, you mean like they've sucked all the life out of the character for 4 seasons, and now
They just
Off
gotta
to the
kill 'em off.
trash with you.
Do they make it where you don't care about
You've
that character?
watched
You
the
don't like that
entire
character? leading
5
up-
seasons? Why?
No,
don't
I
like
didn't
it?
watch the entire 5 seasons, but I know people that have, and I've gotten rundowns of the last couple seasons.
Oh, okay. How many seasons have you watched?
I like 3.
Jesus Christ! Why would you watch 3 if you hated it that much?
Let's just say me and you had the same reason for watching it.
Ah, a lot of
Oh
women's
my
stuff.
god. Okay, well.
All right.
let's pick
So
one. Orange
let's
is the
pick
new
one.
black.
Orange is the new
Yokio.
black. Oh, he said it.
This is
No.
what happens when you try to make a man watch a women's show.
You can't make us men watch women's shows. We watch shows like The Sopranos and Lost.
baby, Lost.
Guy shows.
Guy
Breaking Bad,
shows.
baby.
Like
Walter White.
Agretsuko, my favorite guy show. The Netflix
one?
original. Agretsuko?
Oh, that's a
Oh
chick
yeah,
show,
My
bro.
favorite-
You guys ever?
My favorite guy
you
show.
guys ever? No, my favorite guy show is the Man Show on Comedy Central, hosted by
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel. Oh man, you guys ever watch that? Ziggy Zaggy Ziggy.
My favorite guy show is the show hosted by Amy Schumer on Comedy Central. Because that's just a guy show.
I like Mansers.
That's just a show for guys.
Yeah,
Anyways,
man,
what do you guys think? The fucking Neo Yokio, Orange is the New Black, or what even was my
Mansers.
pick?
I don't know. It's Man's Christian wants Mansers.
Mystery
I
Science
don't know.
Theater 3000. That was it.
Guy Code.
But it sounded like Christian liked Neo Yokio too much for us to pick it.
I didn't like it that much. I thought it was just fine. I thought it was very confusing to watch because I felt like I wasn't on I felt like I wasn't laughing with the show. Like I felt like I wasn't on the
exactly.
same. I felt like I wasn't on the same page
Mm.
of the creators.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys feel strongly about? Because like, I haven't seen Neo Yokio, and I'm not trying to condemn it or anything if I haven't seen it.
What was yours again?
The Mystery Science Theater.
Mystery
the Return.
Science.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I didn't see it. So I'm gonna go with Orange is the New Black.
I mean, we're a bunch. It's a show for women, so we might have to go for Orange is the
They
New Black.
shouldn't be making shows for women.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Yeah, they really gotta cool it. Eric, what do you think?
First,
though? I mean,
it's
between
Mojo. Now
our
this.
because you haven't seen either.
No.
So which argument you think was better?
I mean, you know what? I'll say Zach's. Real talk. Orange is the New Black may not be for me, but it's got its demographic. Cough, women, cough. So, but no one talks about Mystery Science Theater anymore, right? Like that's a show that got a lot of buzz and hype when it first came out and everyone talked about it. And I think people just watched it because, oh, I like the old show, so I have to watch this thing and give an opinion. And some people said it was okay, some people said it was bad, but I think it just seemed forgettable at the end of the day. Or hey, at least Orange is the New Black. I feel like that's a show people constantly talk about. It's constantly having new seasons. I feel like I see that in the news all the time. At least Orange is the New Black is keeping its namesake. Where Mystery Science Theater 3000 is like a fart in the wind almost to me. So I'd be willing to lean that way a little bit too.
What do you think, Christian?
I think let's just go with Mystery Science Theater.
Okay, great. Lock it in. Mystery Science Theater 3000: The Return.
Just because I don't like Felicia Day.
Well, you don't want to date her avatar?
I don't want to date her avatar. I know she's a star and she's better than reality
She'll
by
go
far.
real far. Oh wait, no, that's the
What are you?
I was singing the Tyra Banks song from the.
You're
the
acting
movie.
like you've never even seen The Guild.
No, I was singing the Tyra Banks song from the Lindsay Lohan movie. What's that called? The one where she's a doll and she
Life
turns
Size?
life size. There you go.
The Guild
thinking about
was
that
on
one.
Netflix at some point. Does that count?
No. Okay, great. Mystery Science Theater 3000. Okay, so the final topic of the show, you guys. There's a game coming out that'll come out before this podcast is finished recording.
Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4.
No, we haven't recorded this that long ago. Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch.
That was good.
I wanted people to think that this was old.
No, shut up. Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch.
Super Smash Brothers. Say it one more
So,
time.
I want to hear what the worst
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. Character is.
Yeah, cue the Super Smash Brothers theme
Da,
here.
da, da. Cue the Child of Light or Warrior of Light or whatever it's fucking called.
Kirby.
Oh,
Well, no, it's not.
oh,
It's not Brawl. It's like
She
Kirby,
sings
he's
the
soaring.
song. Whatever her she
The sky.
the Child of Light. Play that song. Okay, so my pick is gonna be any Fire Emblem character. I'm not gonna
Really?
get specific because I don't know enough about them to pick a specific one.
people like
But-
them. You got Ike. I like Ike because the audience sometimes goes, "We like Ike," and I kind of think that at some
It's
point in the
like,
future,
Eisenhower.
yeah. I feel like at some point in the future, people are going to be playing that game, and then they're going to see something with Eisenhower, and they're gonna that they stole that from Smash Brothers.
Yeah, maybe. But here's the thing. With Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is the new game coming out,
Is that what
we
it's called?
have 3 separate characters in Chrom, Marth, and Ike that are big blue-haired anime boys with swords and capes.
True.
And
Don't forget about what's her name, Lucinda.
Lucina is also an anime girl with blue
Lucinda.
hair, a sword,
Matilda?
and also a cape. And they're usually red
It's true.
capes. And I just feel like there's not enough variation with these characters to make it interesting. They're not unique enough. And with like, I don't know, I just feel like throw one of them at least in the trash. I know people like the characters, but there's just too many of them. Like with
Yeah, we don't need this
when
many
Smash Brothers
sword
Wii U,
boys clanging around.
yeah, when Smash Bros. Wii U was coming out, fucking, there was just as many Fire Emblem characters as there were Mario characters, which is just
Yeah, that's
weird.
crazy.
It doesn't make any sense. And I feel like every time they come out with a new one, it's like, ooh, here's the new Fire Emblem character, and I just don't give a shit. It's just some anime character I don't know. So that's where I'm at. And I just don't like any of them, really. None of them are the characters I play or experiment with at all. And
They're all pretty similar too. Like the differences between them are very small. It's like this guy's a little faster, this guy's a little slower, this guy hits a little harder, this guy hits a little softer, this guy has the counter that does this guy has a shield that does that. The differences are so minor that you could tell that like every time a new one happens, they're really kind of scraping bottom of the barrel to like make them different in any way you can think of. Outside of giving them just like something revolutionary moveset. Like the only good one I could think of was like Robin. But Robin was like a fucking wizard or something where he had all that magic stuff.
Yeah,
kept the book.
exactly.
That spell book.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't
like
that a
Snatch
DLC
Bell.
character too? Robin?
I
think
I
it
don't
was.
know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let me look it up.
I don't think so actually. Because I looked up all the DLC characters like a month ago, and I don't remember seeing Robin on.
You might be right. Okay, yeah. The Robin was announced with Lucina and I guess Captain Falcon or something like that.
Oh, that was when it was literally like, we're gonna have a 3-minute Smash Bros presentation. Like it's just gonna be a big trailer that announces like a few characters. So get ready for that, guys. And yeah, there was that big trailer that announced Captain Falcon, Lucina, and Robin. I remember that now.
Which is whatever. Lucina and Robin, 2 Fire Emblem characters. It's too much. Get rid of them. I don't want any more of these anime bitches. Get them out of here.
Yeah.
Roy was a DLC character though, right? He was and he's a Fire Emblem guy, right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Roy is. Yeah.
Okay. And so I just don't get these animes out of here. If we get one more DLC character for Ultimate that's an anime Fire Emblem, I'm gonna scream.
Yeah, put Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I want Crash Bandicoot. I want Banjo-Kazooie. I want
Gino.
I want Gino.
Put Naruto.
I want Goku. So give me those before you give me Blue Anime Boy. Anyways, so my pick
Unless
is
that blue
my pick is
anime
gonna
boy
be
is Goku.
my pick is gonna be any of those 3 anime boys with the blue hair. I'm not gonna pick Lucina just because she is a woman and that's a little bit different. But like,
Right, and you
there's-
can't play as a woman because that's for girls.
yeah, exactly. Just like you can't watch Orange Is the New Black, which is a girls show.
Right.
And you should instead
Impossible.
watch
Lost.
Pretty Little Liars, which is a boys show.
Right. We can all agree on that.
Yeah, and Girls, that's a boys show too. That's a show for men.
Right. Which is confusing because you see the title and you're like, oh, wrong room,
This is
sorry.
a show for girls, but then you watch it and it's like, this
Wrong
is a
room,
man's
sorry.
show.
That's what I say whenever I hit something on Netflix I didn't mean to hit. Oh, wrong room. Sorry.
Okay,
Didn't-
who wants to go next?
I got a
Not-
pick.
not it.
Christian likes going. I think that's Christian's
Christian,
secret.
yeah, that's how he tries to win. That's how he tries to sneak
I'm
in
never
here.
gonna win. My score is, you guys are working against me here.
You
Yeah,
won
to be
one
fa-
this
to be-
this show, this episode. We've all won one.
Yeah, that was kind of a pity one.
Maybe. Eric, what's your pick for worst Smash Bros.
Yeah, my
character?
pick. Yeah, I went down like the whole Ultimate roster a while ago, and it was so hard to not choose any that weren't like, I don't like this character because they're too similar to this other character kind of thing. So I definitely have the same thoughts as you. Like, I agree almost with you 100% about fucking cool with the Fire Emblem characters, but it's like, oh, there's so, I mean, Fire Emblem is the biggest offender, but there's so many other characters I feel like I can look at and be like, this character's too similar to that one, whatever. But so I went down because I love Smash Bros. I love a lot of the characters. I think almost all of them are fucking awesome, and even this one's pretty awesome, but they're flawed a bit. But so my pick for this one
Bayonetta.
is going to be no, not Bayonetta. She's a woman, and we respect women on here.
You can't
no,
play
it's
it
not Mario
as her
either.
because only women can play as Bayonetta.
What? Oh shit! I got to change my mains. But no, my pick is going to be, this is controversial because I know a lot of people like this. It's going to be the Pokemon trainer from Brawl.
Oh,
What?
fuck you!
Oh,
Fuck
Eric.
you, Eric.
That's
Yeah.
that's my favorite. One of my favorite characters from Brawl. Mainly for Squirtle. Squirtle's my jam.
Christian, this is why I want it for you, because any character I said, you probably would have just said it's your favorite.
Maybe I would have.
Yeah, I think that's what
No,
I think that's
but
what's going on.
Squirtle. Squirtle was one of my main characters in Brawl.
And hey, you know what? Part of why I Pokemon Trainer was because I think the thing that breaks him and makes me dislike playing as was because I didn't like the force. You have to play as all 3 Pokemon and alternate throughout the entire match. And they fixed this in Ultimate, so I will definitely give him another shot in Ultimate.
Yeah, what's his
in
problem
Ultimate,
now?
there's no fatigue. This is why I'm saying Pokemon Trainer and Brawl. There's no fatigue in Ultimate. You can have any Pokemon out for as long as you like in Ultimate with Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah, so
But
what's
in
his
Brawl-
problem now?
I'm saying Pokemon Trainer and Brawl. So
Okay.
his problem now, they're fixing his problem. But hey, I still haven't played as him, so maybe I'll find a new problem. Who knows? But the game's not out yet because we haven't recorded this before the game came out. But anyway, Pokemon Trainer in Brawl. Yeah, I feel like just being forced to switch Pokemon breaks him because, you know, I think like Charizard was the one I liked playing as the most, and Squirtle was pretty nifty too. But every time I got forced to switch to Ivysaur, I was always just like, I don't know. I just feel like it ruins the character when you're forced to play a certain way, and
I mean, maybe that's part of the balance or whatever, but I don't know. They're taking that out now, so I want to say that's not it. But I just felt like that ruined the character for me to be forced to play as, you know, a certain way when you didn't want to, or you felt like, you know, sometimes I wanted to be heavy Charizard. Sometimes there was a character with 100% or over 100%. I really was trying to go for the knockout, and I had Charizard, but now I don't have Charizard anymore, and I got to have Squirtle or Ivysaur, who I feel like weren't as good for knocking out people. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it always came at the worst time for me. And I feel like it broke my strategy a lot to have that little gimmick there of being forced to constantly have like one of these three guys, and you can't have one of them out for as long as you like to, kind of thing. So that's my nitpick of Pokemon Trainer is that I think it's stupid system there. This shouldn't
Anybody
have
who
been a
doesn't
thing.
know what this series is about must be so fucking confused.
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Or on the other hand, we've got people that probably know the games a lot better than us, and they think we're stupid.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Is like I think the three of us we're all pretty like casual players, like right? Like we like
Smash
items
Brothers,
on,
yeah.
goofy
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
I was thinking, if we had like one person on who was like, you know, for glory kind of player, where it's like they like competitive Smash, like no items, all that, they would probably have like a bigger list of like, fuck these characters because they're not balanced the right way and everything. And
I don't care about balance. To me, it's like, how does the character play when I'm playing it as like a casual Smash Bros. Player, and how does the character like aesthetically look? How do I get excited about this character or whatever?
Right.
And for me,
there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun things going on in that series. Obviously, there's a lot of awesome matchups and characters and levels and songs. Everything's great, but like Zach said, there's just 10, you know, faceless, armored, caped swordsmen in this game.
And what's your pick, Christian?
Pokemon Trainer? No. My pick. I was originally leaning towards Fox.
Why?
Because every time I play as Fox, I can't figure it out. Number one. That means he's a bad character.
Oh crap.
Every time I click side B, I dash off the screen. That makes it bad. And everyone wants to play as Fox all the time, and they think that's the ultimate character for one-on-ones.
Yeah, I think this is you giving the big finger to competitive players right
I'm
now.
giving I'm giving the big finger to everybody today.
But
that's not going to be my pick because
shoot, that was a tease.
That was just a little tease. A lot of honorable mentions today. I want to make sure that everyone gets a slap on the wrist. No one gets forgotten tonight.
Shame on you, Fox.
Shame on you.
The real pick, Falco.
Shame on you, Nintendo. There's 3 Foxes in the game. They're all the same. Shame on you. You're trying to pad out the roster. Fox,
Falco, and Wolf.
And Falco.
Wolf isn't a fox.
I mean Fox, the character, not that he's an animal. Fox.
He's a bird.
I'm saying the character Fox.
Oh.
All those characters have a side B. We'll just send right off the map if he uses it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your pick?
Also, Fox is my persona. Stop asking.
Oh, okay. Question settled.
Well, mine is Crystal, so we have to set something up there.
Crystal's going to be an assist trophy now. Crystal's going to be an assist trophy. So you
find a dinosaur and, do whatever they do with dinosaurs.
Yeah, we could get some dinosaurs and do something with that. So what's your pick?
When the game comes out.
My pick?
Yes.
Oh, I was building suspense. My pick tonight for worst Smash character is Mr. Game & Watch.
No!
And let me explain.
Okay.
Not fun. Bad.
Alright.
Should I say more?
No.
Yeah. On the description list, does the words not good fall on there? Was that the next one?
Not good.
Okay.
Wait, so I'll say Mr. Game and Watch it's like 50-50. Either you are uh as Mr. Game and Watch or against Mr. Game and Watch. Either they're spamming one move that is that's getting the point across, like the flipping bacon or the hammer that every now and then is an instant kill, or or they just are randomly mashing attacks. Like I feel like there's no combos or strategies for Mr. Game and Watch.
Oh,
I disagree
no.
with that.
There
are-
is.
Here's
no
the thing.
strat.
Here's the thing. Eric always played Mr. Game and Watch in
Yeah, I'm
Smash
a
Bros.
big
For
fan.
Wii U, and he was fucking annoying. He was really good at it though, and it wasn't luck. It was just he played Mr. Game and Watch really well. So if you learn
I feel like
him,
I know
think
how to.
you can get him
Yeah.
down.
And like you can, I didn't spam anything. Like I always tried to use the bucket. I always tried to use the hammer. I tried to use like every Game and Watch had to his disposal. The bucket especially is so fucking fun. Like seeing how long you can make people forget that you're like holding on to stuff, and then finally just throwing it at someone. I liked filling and then like letting the match go for a little while, and then just waiting until people kind of let their guard down, and then just throwing that shit everywhere.
Yeah.
That was great. I mean, I guess, yeah, like if people use him and spam him or whatever, that sucks. But I don't. He's fun. You can use him in fun ways. That Game Watch is fucking awesome. I can't. I can't side with Game Watch as the worst Smash Bros. Character.
Here's my thing with both of your picks. I feel like both of your picks are definitely more how the characters play.
Yeah.
And mine isn't.
Can I
Yeah.
also add? I don't like his skins.
Whoa.
Well,
Sure. I mean, I would say that's the best point you've made so far.
Give him don't change his color. Give him like a cowboy hat or something.
What do you have
I
against?
think that's a good point. But I think that Mr. Game & Watch is a fun character. I like that there's a Mr. Game & Watch character in Smash Bros. That's so goofy and it fits so well. I like Pokemon Trainer as a character in Smash Bros. Even if I think that he's maybe doesn't control well. I like the idea of having a character with multiple characters under its belt, and you can switch to the different characters, and each one has different abilities, and I like both of them as like an aesthetic thing, you know? Like I like Mr. Game & Watch as a character design. I like Pokemon Trainer as a character design. I like that it's the 3 original starters from Pokemon Red. But for me, like, I know I'm not a Fire Emblem guy, so maybe I'm wrong on this, but I feel like there's nothing to get super excited about with the Fire Emblem characters. There's not, like, uniqueness to any of them. They're all kind of similar. And maybe they're different in the games, like, story-wise, but they don't look different. They aren't differentiated enough.
Right.
And they
it's
play
the
the
thing.
same, basically.
Yeah, they do, and it's the thing too. You brought up of like there's just about as many of these guys as there are Mario characters, if not more. But I feel like how many other franchises have as much representation as either Fire Emblem or Mario? I mean, like Donkey Kong is such a huge Nintendo IP, and you literally have Donkey Diddy, and they're finally adding King K. Rool for the first time.
Well, like Legend of Zelda has so many interesting characters that are weird and fun and cool, but you only have like variations on Link and then Zelda and Ganondorf.
3. It's like 5.
I mean, they have Sheik too, but
I think she counts. He's been split off long enough.
yeah, but I mean, there's not like characters like Impa. Skull Kid could be a character.
Yeah, where's Impa?
If you know what they
Running-
should have done,
Running Man.
they should have done for young Link. They should have just had him with like different masks. Like you can be you can be
I agree.
Ganon Link or not Ganon. Yeah, sorry.
I feel like that's what that character needed, just to mix it up.
Link. Yeah, I feel like that's what it needed too. So I don't know. Just I feel like there's so few Zelda characters in relation to Fire Emblem characters, and Zelda is like the biggest thing in America, at least for Nintendo. So I don't know. That's just where I'm at.
Well, like I said, I was thinking about going with your pick originally, just because I Fire Emblem. I mean, nothing against it, but I just feel like there's just the representation, and I've read articles before saying like, oh yeah, Sakurai is a really big Fire Emblem character, and Fire Emblem is like way more popular in Japan than it is here.
Yeah, well, yeah, it wasn't even released when they put Ike and Marth in Melee. There hadn't even been a Fire Emblem released in America.
Yeah. So yeah, so I mean, I side with your pick, for sure, and like you said, it's the difference between like representation versus how they play. Where like me and Christian have problems with the way our characters play, but yours is representation. I think representation is pretty important because Smash Bros is a game that's like at its core about representation. I mean, it's a fun fighting game or party game, whatever you want to call it, but it's also about celebrating the history of this just giant this giant company's history of titles. So yeah, I also definitely see the point. So I mean, I totally be willing to go with Fire Emblem, but my thoughts are also in other places too. But I don't know, what does Christian think?
I feel like I would probably be more inclined to play as all the characters we've mentioned except for the Fire Emblem ones, which there are a lot of them. I feel like I don't like touching those because they're all like, I don't know, they're better characters. So maybe
Like if I want to play a swordsman, I think I'm gonna go Link before I pick any of these Fire Emblem.
Because Link has so many tricky, cool stuff too. And I played the Fire Emblem character. I remember when Brawl came out, I played with Ike a lot. But then when Smash Wii U came out, I didn't like Ike as much anymore. But I played with the Roy DLC. But Roy, so I do play with Roy. I would say, I barely play with anyone except for Roy out of the Fire Emblem roster. And I do like how they did Roy in Wii U versus how they did him in Melee, but also so he's a little bit different. Like you could do like cool fire tricks with the sword and stuff that make it pretty neat. But I would say also too, it's the kind of thing where Roy, when I boot up the game and I'm ready to play it with friends, he's not the first guy I pick. But it's I play with Roy when it's getting to that point in the night when it's like, okay, we've been playing for a couple of hours. I've kind of played with a bunch of different characters who I haven't played with yet. Oh yeah, I kind of like Roy. I'll play with Roy. So Roy's kind of like last pick for the team kind of thing. So I would say even though I do play with one Fire Emblem character somewhat regularly, I'm still like I still kind of get it. It's like I wouldn't cry if like someone told him he wasn't in Ultimate or whatever. But yeah. So I'm definitely pretty cool with just picking the Fire Emblem character if that's the way we're swaying.
It sounds like it is. I mean, does anybody have any objections to that or?
Okay. Yeah, I think that works.
All right. Well, the worst Super Smash Bros. Character then is the Fire Emblem characters, and I'll be specific and say
that's a lot of them.
The blue-haired anime ones.
The blue ones, because Robin's cool.
Robin's the one fine. With the sword. Roy's cool. It's just the blue-haired anime ones that are maybe not so great. Okay, great. So lock it in. Blue-haired anime boys. What do we think is the worst thing ever? We have for Thanksgiving, we have Brussels sprouts. For worst chat client, we have Snapchat. For worst Netflix original, we have Mystery Science Theater 3000. And for worst Smash Bros. Characters, we have the Fire Emblem blue-haired anime boys.
The blue-haired boys.
What do we think is the worst thing ever?
Brussels sprouts.
I was thinking Brussels sprouts too.
I like Brussels sprouts, but given the other options, I feel like we can go that, and I won't hate it.
Well, me and Christian are pretty tight on Brussels sprouts, so it's
all right. Yeah. Brussels sprouts, it is. That's the worst thing ever. Great. Well, what a fantastic.
That'll show them.
What a fantastic episode this was, everybody. Thank you all for listening very much. Hey, if you liked our show, check us out on iTunes. Rate us on iTunes. It really helps us out. Email us at worstthingspodcast@gmail.com or tweet at us or DM us at worstThingsCast on Twitter with your suggestions, with your opinions about our episode. We want topics, so please send us some topics. Send us some opinions.
But don't DM us on Snapchat because it'll go away before we read
won't
it.
be able to read it because it's fucking broken.
It's broken app.
You can Skype us though, maybe. I don't know if I'll pick up, but you can try it. Anyways, is there anything else you guys want to say before we head out of here? We go eat some Brussels sprouts. We go play some Smash Bros. We talk on Snapchat. We
play some Snapchat.
We watch Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah, just completely
We can't
unrelated.
watch Orange is the New Black because that is a show only for women.
That's a chick show.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated to everything. Just make sure that you go watch Ralph Breaks the Internet in theaters now. And use the hashtag chat client and let us know what your favorite chat client is.
And you know what? Get excited because you can see in theaters now the DLC for Ralph Breaks the Internet.
What?
That has us in it. We're actually in the movie.
Right.
Ralph soars past us, and we go, huh, he might just be the worst thing ever. He's wrecking that internet, and then he wrecks Snapchat for us.
Right.
Yeah. We're after the Frozen 2 preview in case you want to know what you gotta look out for.
Yeah.
Right.
So stick
Hopefully
around
this episode
after the credits because there is a Frozen 2 preview, but we're after that. We're at the end.
Right.
Of that. So,
After that, hopefully this episode comes out before the movie comes.
Yeah, hopefully this episode comes out before Frozen 2. And if it does, that'll be good. Okay, great. Well, hey, my name's Zack Weiss. You can follow me at Twitter at Zack J. Weiss.
Hey, and I'm Christian Herrera. Follow me on Twitter at DressUpDoggy. Dress up like the act, doggy like the animal.
What about Up? What's Up like?
Up is the thing that
happens
like the Pixar movie.
It's like the Pixar movie, but Pixar's not paying us, so I'm not going to talk much about that.
Oh yeah, we should.
It's Disney Studios, not Pixar. That's the other studio.
Right.
That's a joke in Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Right.
And
okay,
my Twitter.
Go ahead.
My Twitter is at @ symbol. Type it on your keyboard.
What's your Twitter?
Ricky like the name, and Bear like the animal. Good night, folks.
This has been the worst things ever. Goodbye.
Bye. All right, let's start recording for real, though.